How you say
Um,
your name, ma'am? Is
Eliza,
Eliza? How
it's
you doing?
okay. Um, I just wanted to say that as a wife of 20 years, it is so refreshing to hear other black men, other than the one I got, say the exact same thing that I've been hearing for the last 20 years about
Mm.
what men are looking for in these women and what they honestly get excited about. Now, mind you, I've heard this from my father figures because, I'm adopted. So even though my parents stay together, I was always the bonus. Okay. So my father figure, other adult men that were in my life, my husband, my brother in law, my little brother before he passed, everything else like this. And I just want to say, do you know how nerve wracking it is when I'm hearing a lot of women out here say that there are no good men? This is black men, other kind of men. Honestly, that is null and void because a lot of times, whenever you hear it, they want to put that across the board. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm over here in my little corner sitting there talking about, nah, chica, chica, I'm gonna need you to check you because there's good men out here. And if there's something about you that's not attracting them, that means that you're gonna have to get on your game.
Right.
And a lot of times, there are women that get so offended when I say that. But
Mm.
I mean, even listening to this live, which for me is almost refortifying everything that I knew to be true growing up. And understand, I didn't just get this from men in my life. I worked at a bar. So I was always talking to men, especially when they drunk and they ready to sit there and give you 100% the facts. There is no filter, fear. There is no nothing, you know? And I would sit there and ask them questions. And I mean, the level of intel that I got and the level of understanding is astounding. So to hear another man say the exact same thing, no one really wants, the Western civilization, well, the Western civilized form of a trophy wife. I'm being delicate, y'all. Okay. No one wants somebody that literally is just gonna lay there. They don't. A lot of men, especially a lot of black men,
They call pillow princess.
are
Pillow princess.
sometimes sometimes they want something that is going to challenge them, yes, but a lot of times, even if they don't realize that they want it, they need a motivator. This life is hard out here, okay? Sometimes are more difficult than others. And a lot of times you need somebody in your corner. To me, the best way I can break it down is if you're in a boxing ring, right? And young man is out there and he's in the ring, he in the box, sitting there throwing blows. Your job is to sit there and be the one in the corner, baby. Nah, look, hey, I'm gonna need, hey, he's sitting here and he's stepping this to the right. Every single time he steps to the right, he sit there and kind of slant a little bit, baby. Hey, next time I'm gonna need you to sit there and do a low left and then a high right. You know what I mean? That's our jobs. Our jobs. I hope that made sense to some people that actually understand boxing. Did that make sense?
It makes sense.
Oh.
That was a jab though when that left shoulder dropped.
But the whole thing is that's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be an extra set of eyes and ears from areas where certain people get comfortable around you, they're going to act a certain way. We need to know what people are like, situations are like, business partners, ideas, aspects are like whenever you are no longer in a comfortable setting. AKA, that means when your peoples are not around you and they sit there and they get real comfortable because they can talk however they want to talk now. They can really express however it is they feel like they want to express. Whenever I'm talking about business situations, look, we a lot of times we refer to it as a devil's advocate. It's not really a devil's advocate. We're just expanding certain things or certain contingencies that could come up, that could not come up, right? That is a lot of times what men are looking for. Not just a pretty face full of makeup, not just a fat ass, not just a small waist and top heavy. Because don't get me wrong, if that was really the case, then everybody would have a man right now. Everybody would have a woman right now.
Wait,
Now,
can we keep the
can
fat
I?
ass
Can I?
in?
Can,
Can we keep the fat ass in there though? Because that's like a, you know,
I said just a fat ass. It can be fat ass and.
can
okay.
I?
See,
Can,
Just want to
can I?
make sure that part.
Can I speak to something you said earlier when it comes to women
hmm
saying there's no good men out here? From their experience, there aren't any good men out here. They don't. Again, I'll say again, men do not know how to be men. Just like what Noble was saying, it's a college kid out there has no sense of direction, getting married. These are men who don't know how to be men. So they are absolutely right. The majority of the men that they meet aren't men. If they were, they wouldn't leave them. You're not about to leave your husband, are you?
No.
Exactly. It's like even it's a no brainer. Like hell no. It's like a hell no.
Right. I mean,
Like
I've never even cheated on this man. I've never even looked at another man with that kind of interest because I'm that captivated with mine still 20 years later.
right. So it's men out here who have no emotional control, no
Mm.
sense of direction, what they want to do with their lives, no anything. So
No,
yeah,
well,
they're right.
psychologically,
Yeah.
yes, I
from
agree.
their experience, it's not no good men. That's why they start becoming strong and saying, "Well, I'm going to have it this way, and if a man ain't gonna do it, then they ain't gonna do it, and I don't care." And then they get to the point, I'm just going to be single and have fun because they have not met a man such as your husband, such as Mr.
But
Steve, such as
here's the
Mr.
they haven't
Noble.
been yet. This is one of the reasons I say there are good men out here.
It's a lot of good
Understand?
men.
Hold on. When I say good men, I do mean men. I'm not talking about adult boys. Please do
Okay.
not mix the two. And I'm sorry. I understand that you guys don't know me, so you really don't know the way I speak. I'm not talking about adult boys. Adult boys are the ones that's sitting here and still trying to find themselves in somebody else's coochie. I ain't talking about them.
Damn.
You're talking about men like of this panel. Let's see.
Yes.
Unfortunately, love, there ain't a lot of men like us out here. And that's why I act the way I act when it comes to women. Uh, not even act. That's how I am. That's how I don't act. That's how
Mm,
I am. Like you cannot force me to take you on a date and I don't know you. When it comes
right.
to going to dinner, that's not fun to me. I like to have fun when I go. I like to do activities. I like to go to a bar, and every bar isn't loud. There's bars where it's low music and sports playing, and we talking and having drinks and having laughs. There's hookah lounges nowadays. You have gaming situations where they have games, so you have bowling, stuff like that. Those are things I like to do. Me feeding you, and that's setting a bad example because I feel like an intimate date is dinner. I feel like I'm gonna go to dinner with my girlfriend or someone who I'm exclusively dating and having good times with already. I'm taking her to dinner, but I will not take someone that I don't know
Right.
to dinner. And these guys are out here doing this. Oh, I want this. When I go on this, I like to go here. I want to go to Nova. I want to go this and that. I don't care what you want to go to. The program that you. So if I am doing these things that you want and expect from every other guy, that means I do that for anyone.
hmm Therefore,
And
when
I
I'm
now where's my value? If I'm just like every other guy, where's my value? How am I different from everyone else? If I'm doing everything else the other guy did, why you not with the other guy? Is it because of what you did, or is it because of you got tired of how he was? So
mm-hmm.
I would not allow a woman to put me in the same light
Oh,
as another guy, and not those type of guys.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't follow this program, it's all good. I'll probably
I
not the
mean,
That,
guy
when
for
you
you.
dating, you shouldn't be actively comparing anyway.
But
yeah.
If
That,
you're
again,
intentionally dating
I,
somebody or trying to get to know somebody, you shouldn't be actively, well, not actively, but you shouldn't be comparing because that's where a whole heap of shit come up. But I did
so,
want to speak on it's no good men out here. I want to, you know, piggyback on what Lord Deasy said. Like, I definitely agree, and then we also have to think about the men to women ratio as well. So when they say that, like, let's just say, I don't know what the ratio is right now, but let's just say one out of the 10 men that you might meet might be great. You met that one, but you might actively be in the same community with this person. The community and your environment also plays a role. And it's not saying that, oh, you're in a bad environment, that's all on you. Sometimes you can't help that. It just so happened that what is it, Azalea? Azalea met the best man out this whole community. So shit. I
Eliza,
say it
but
ain't
I
no good man. It ain't no
Like,
good man no more. But I'm not lying. That is my experience, you know?
one here. I'm not saying,
Absolutely.
and I hate to cut you off. That's something that I do with my daughter, and I'm correcting myself because I'll sit there and stop
And
and
I was done. You're good. There's no need to apologize. Like I was done.
what. See, here's my thing is that I'm not saying that that's not the experience that a lot of women are having out here. It is, but I'm also going to say that a lot of times while we're having these experiences, naturally, whenever we're talking about what played in the ultimate demise of a relationship, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times the first thing we hear is he did something or she did something. It is very rare to hear what we did and what we might have contributed and how something did not work and the things that we're going to work on next time. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
Yeah.
it's lies,
So,
it's his ego and lack of humility.
exactly. So, when I say that, I would like people to take in consideration what is it that's attracting not great relationships or attracting, you know what I mean, attracting certain type of characteristics that would be considered red flags to you because everybody has different ones. Not everybody's red flags are the same. So, all I would say is after so many, let's say, failed attempts, then now it's time to kind of like look at ourselves and try to see what lesson we could learn,
Bingo.
what we could actually get out of the failed instead of just sitting there saying, well, you know what, these 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 dudes is for the streets, and these chicks for the birds. You know what I mean?
Reflection and accountability.
I can agree with that, but I also don't want to limit out the process that at sometimes we cannot act like some men are not master manipulators and
Oh,
tell you what
baby,
you want to hear, and
I agree.
some of them do present as character catfishes. And when I
I
say character
want
catfishes, just think about it. What a catfish is, but just in character form. I'm gonna
to.
Yeah.
be there for you, baby. I can present this, and I may be able to do
And
this shit for 2 years without
Right.
you really knowing the real me. So I'm not saying that women is all to blame or men is all to blame, but I do want to recognize that men,
how
but also women, can be character catfishes, and they do that shit well.
how
Ty,
long have you been in the chat?
I agree.
How long have you
Ty,
been
Um,
in the chat?
well, I told
she,
you I came in when y'all started talking about
yeah,
like the
she been in there for a
baby and
minute.
all
I
of that.
can't know what
Okay,
comment.
Yeah,
so it
it
goes
ain't been
back to what I
hours or
said.
nothing, but it's been a good minute.
It goes back to what I said. Men put on front, and women put their best foot forward.
And
So
Lord
yeah, that's
DC, I've been agreeing with you since I got in this motherfucker.
come on, talk to me then.
Ty,
I agree with you on that. What's
Ty,
up?
He's not wrong because I remember even some past relationships that I had that I literally I at first while I was going through it, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was thinking, God, why me? Is there something that I did in a past life where I really pissed you off? And obviously I'm having to learn or relearn. And then,
Hmm.
after I was able to get out of that relationship, I realized that inadvertently I learned, kind of what not to, kind of what I liked and what I didn't like. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is going to be on the
Oh, it's a
same,
lesson learned, definitely.
right. And when I learned that, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I started, the people that I chose to be around, because yes, I got hit on, but I mean, after that, I became very picky. After that, men even sat there and told me that I was a prude and I was a snob because I'm not gonna go out with you. I'm not gonna fadangle with you. I'm not gonna sleep with you.
Hmm.
We not gonna kick it. You're not
Yeah,
gonna
we need
sit
to be
there and
friends.
a $10 movie and thinking that you're gonna get some. I don't play those games. There's plenty of girls who want to do that, and I'm all for sexual liberation. It's just not gonna happen with this body, and I've
Hmm.
always kind of been like that. So therefore, hey babe, the men that would come around already understood that. Look, If you want to come around as a challenge, you gonna fuck around and fall in love. The matter of fact, the guy I dated before I got with my husband, I remember we were in a relationship for a year and a half before we ever slept together. A year and a half. Literally just enjoying each other's company. I mean, I would go over to his house, you know what we would do? We would sit there and literally communicate through music. You know, if you would sit there and say, "How are you feeling today?" You would sit there and pick a song, and all of us, especially black folks, we all do this. We all got some songs that when you mad, you gonna listen to, and look, it won't even be the whole song. It'll be that one part of the song that you want to sit there and bump up because you be like, you know what? Matter of fact, Khalees, I hate you so much right now. We all remember the song.
Yeah, my mom
Um,
used to play that all the time.
Right. Or you would sit there and have something like Jesse Powell, you. You know, we would just random songs. And that's how we communicated for the whole night. We never said a word. We literally sat on the bed, Indian style, and we communicated through music. I got to know him in a way where he was able to be vulnerable using music without ever having to say a word, without ever having to deal with ridicule, judgment, or to be scared in a vulnerable state, if that makes sense.
It definitely does. And what I was going to say to tie in my point earlier when I was talking about there's no good black men or whatever the case may be. As we navigate these streets of TikToks, we jump into numerous. I know I do. I jump into numerous lives where it's not projected the way that we're projecting it in here. Like we know what our accountability is as women. The men know theirs. They can speak on different points without disrespecting us. But you will jump into some, and it's just like demonizing black women. Jump into another, demonizing black women. And we got black women jumping up on these platforms, putting other black women down instead of trying to teach them and pull them up so that they can learn. And so when I was saying that there are, it may not be a lot of black women. What I can say is in some of those rooms, I've been in those rooms and there have been 1K, 2K views in numerous of them. And I come in this one and it's 40 something views. I don't know how to respond to that. Siri, shut up. I come in this room and it's 40 people in this room. But just off top of looking at the panel and hearing the panel speak, I could identify 3 men in this particular room. So it's a shortage, but it seems to me that they just sticking together. You just got to find the link between them so you can get over there too.
Exactly.
Listen, ladies, listen. If you're trying to get your life together, and come to Big Noble LLC, man. We gonna get you right, guys. It is 2:19 a.m. I'm gonna have everybody say their last words from
Yeah,
the
I'm a drop.
top.
I was just about to say I'm about to drop. Gotta
Yeah, you're
get.
gonna start
I'm
from the
going.
top and work our way to the bottom. Eliza, go ahead, say your last words.
Okay, my last words are something in your life, evaluate you. This is for men, women of all shapes and sizes. If there is something that is going on in your life that you don't like, evaluate you. Everything is a choice. Everything from your job down to the person that you pick. If you don't like it, walk away from it. It don't matter if it's a job, because there's plenty of them out there. It don't matter if it's a house living situation. It definitely doesn't matter if it's a partner. Walk away from it, and then take time to evaluate you. Whenever you can evaluate you, then that way the next steps will be better and brighter. My final words.
Okay, thank you, Miss Eliza. I appreciate you. You're always welcome here. You have a good day. All right, Sky, Big Sky. Go ahead and say your last words.
I already did my skincare and routine, so I'm already in the bed. I just want to say everyone have a good night.
All right, Sky. You have a good night as well. Lord Deezy, go ahead, Lord Deezy. Oh, why is he still appearing on my screen? I thought he dropped. Go ahead,
Game.
go ahead, Ty Lee.
I was just gonna say, like, take everything as a learning lesson. When you get fucked over, learn from that shit and like try to heal from that shit. Don't just take it for what it is and think you're gonna move on and get with the next person because you're gonna end up falling in the same situation. It's some good men out here. You just got to take your time, heal, and that shit'll come for you.
Per
That's it.
ladies, listen to the ladies in here. If you are into women and you trying to get slutted out,
What?
make sure you contact
What?
my sister Ty Lee.
Come
Okay,
see me. Come see
see Ty
me.
Lee. Yes. Okay.
Lord have mercy.
If but only
Don't
if you trying
start,
to get slutted
Super.
out. Okay. Don't try to come on no friendly stuff. Only if you trying to get slutted out. Ty Lee,
God,
have a good day, sis.
You too, bro.
All right.
Lord.
The main man himself, Mr. Alex on the burner. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody get the word out that this is Mr. Alex on
No,
the account.
don't do that. That's
He on a
exactly what.
burner account. He on a burner
No,
account trying to be on the low.
no,
Everybody that know Mr. Alex, everybody let
no,
everybody know that Tuple_Kane81 is
no,
Mr. Alex.
no. Do not.
He not showing his face when he go live on people's panels. He not showing his face when he go live on his page. It is Mr. Alex on this page. So everybody let everybody know that.
He lying.
Nah.
You got to stop. Don't do that, bro. I was just about to ask you to stop doing that, man. I'm I'm trying to lay low and you making it impossible, man. You got to. I'm gonna stop coming in here if you keep doing that.
You lucky
It
it's
ain't.
not a lot of people in here right now.
I know. That's why I came in here. If it would have been a bunch of people in there, I would have came in this motherfucker. I would have stayed in the comments. You tripping, bro?
Go ahead,
Nah,
Mr. Alex.
look. This is what I can tell, and I just want to speak to the women, especially the ones 30 and younger. Try and become a 5% woman. Should nobody look at you any other way than something to, uh, if you're not a challenge in any type of way to a man, then you fall in the crowd with the rest of the sheep, and the sheep get used and abused, and
Oh,
that's just
man.
how it is. It's a fucked up world out here, but it's just the truth. You should be a challenge to a man, and if you're not, I mean, you might be number 8 on that man list.
Damn.
All right, bro.
All right, Mr. Alex. Have a good day, bro.
Yep.